evening, ladies and gentlemen. The Fairmont Hotel and Home Box Office are proud to present Frank Gorshin.
This, my friends, is only the beginning, but such a sweet beginning, too. Now at last I see a chance winning, see a chance of busting through. Who can say today may live in history as long as there's a history book? Yesterday the world was still a mystery, but today it's got a new and different look. And so, my friends, let's send the old world spinning. Change is what I recommend. So come on, my friends, let's see this sweet beginning through to the better end. Who can say today may live in history as long as there's a history book? Yesterday the world was still a mystery, but today, tonight, it's got a new and different look. And so, my friends, let's send the old world spinning. Change is what I recommend. So come on, my friends, let's see this sweet beginning through to the bitter end. See this sweet beginning through to the end. Good evening. Thank you. I love working on a big stage where the piano isn't right next to me and the audience isn't right under my nose. Hey, that's not the case here, but I love it here at the Fairmont Hotel. They treat me nice here. They give me a nice kitchen to wait in before I come out on stage. They put a nice big F everywhere for me on all the ashtrays and the matchbook covers. They put cameras in the place to make me feel like I'm on television. Love, that's the common denominator between all people, no matter what you do, where you are. 3 words. They always mean the same thing, no matter who says it. I love you. How many different ways are there to say I love you? No need to say it any way. That such a thing could be just we two. Adds up to I love you when you love me. Chickly, I love you, but I can't move my neck. So many different ways that I can say I love you. Don't be afraid. I'm going to kiss you on the varicose vein. So let me try and say it everywhere. Everybody loves somebody sometime. Everybody loves someone. Some of your kisses only my sometime. Ooh, I just want to say you can drink booze out of a bottle or an old tomato can. Booze will never kill you, but an old tomato can. Oh, say, I feel terrific because just this very afternoon I found out how to make sherry wine. You kick her in the throat. That's the first time I heard it, too. I think I'll say it again. I just found out how to make sherry wine. You kick her in the throat. Oh, you gotta kick her in the throat. I love thee, let me count the ways. For you, my dearest, I've tortured. I've murdered. I've transplanted brains. I've made monsters out of human beings. All this I've done so that you and I could have what we've always wanted, a decent life. For you, my dearest, I've prepared a gigantic antipasta. I don't like antipasta, but I do so enjoy saying antipasta. You might be happy to know that I've recently discovered a new way to make sherry wine. You kick her in the throat. Well, that's the first time I heard that. Think I'll see it again. You've only to drink this potion, my love. You shall live forever. Drink. I suppose I should have let Mikey try it first. Oh, well, back to the drawing board. Oh, I can tell a gal I'm crazy about her like John Wayne. Well, lady, I love you. Sure like you to come with me. There are new towns to be built, new fields to be plowed, new roads to be paved. If you come with me, I'll get you a job. Say, I brought you a piece of apple pie with ice cream. I got it right here in my saddlebag. It's a little mushy, but it's the thought that counts. I can tell him I'm nuts about... Hey, thank you. Oh, you good. Thank you. Thank you. Or I can tell him I'm nuts about him like Lee Marvin. Hey, lady, you're the best-looking airline stewardess I ever saw. You better believe it. You know, I never flew in this airline before. It's a pretty good airline. And you're a pretty good airline stewardess. You know what I like about you the most? I like you move your tail over me. Yeah. And if that don't do it, I do it like Anthony Newley. Just tell me why would I burn? People all pass me by, but I never try to count the distance. Tell me, brain, what's that by? What's that by? What's that by? With a deal. There that goes. Oh, I'm so glad I came in to see you people. Thank you. And if that doesn't excite him, I try to calm him down with Anthony Quinn. Hey, you. Come here. I love you. You make me go crazy, you know that? You walked out on me, you left me alone. I couldn't eat, couldn't drink, couldn't sleep, couldn't think, couldn't work. I could do nothing, but you come back to me. Because you come back to me, I'm gonna make up for all that lost time. I'm gonna have something to eat, I'm gonna have a drink, I'm gonna take a nap, then I'm gonna think about going to work. Son. That's better this way. Or I can tell him I love him like George C. Scott. Jane, I've always loved you. And when two lovers are on the eve of their separation, they like to spend the last few remaining moments with each other. So let us sit here beneath the chestnut tree on the bench by its old roots. While the stars enter into their shining life in heaven yonder, let us talk about your voyage. You leave tomorrow, Jane. I shall never see you again. I've always loved you, and I always will love you, Jane. Tell me why. Why did I lose your love, Jane? Your name is Alice. I love you, Alice. And when two lovers are on the eve of their separation, they like to last. Oh, you suck. Oh, how I wonder that such a thing could be. Just we two adds up to I love you. Oh, me. Oh, what a terrific artist. Thanks. So you see, I'm kind of lucky. I can be all these people anytime I wish. But I got to tell you, when you do impressions, people don't think you have a personality of your own. Well, I don't. I never did. I remember when I was a kid, I used to say, "Gee, I don't have a personality of my." Of course, I have a personality of my own, but nobody wants it. You know? That's right. I walked in tonight all by myself. One of the musicians said, "Here they come." Well, you know what people always say to me, do Cagney, do Whitmark, do Regis Philbin. Nobody wants me. They think I get invited to so many parties for it. Not because of my personality, it's because I bring a lot of people with me. And we all drink. When I check out a girl, I gotta pick her up like Kirk Douglas, take her dancing like Marlon Brando, kiss her goodnight like Burt Lancaster, then I go home feeling like Hitchcock. So I got married. Now my wife walks around the house singing "Somebody Loves Me," I wonder who. I come home late at night, she sings "Hail, Hail, the gang's all here." How'd you like to be home alone with your wife and never say dinner's for everybody? I sneeze and she says, "Who's that?" And I don't blame her. I get up in the morning, I get dressed and wake her up like Broderick Crawford. Yeah. Love to do that. Get up, cupcake. Now you listen to me good. Man can take you so much, you just gotta put a stop to things. You understand what I'm trying to tell you? I appreciate the fact that you give me a clean shirt to wear every day, but look at it, ring around the collar, 10-4. I lie down in the afternoon, she tells me I'm lazy. I'm up right away like Burt Lancaster. Hi. Are you trying to tell me I'm lazy? You have any idea who you're talking to? You're talking to Elmer Gantry. I can heal the whole world. But I'm not going to do that. You're talking to the Rainmaker. I can make it rain any given time, any given place. But it's not nice to fool Mother Nature. So I'm not going to do that. You're talking to the Birdman of Alcatraz. Want to see my bird? You're talking to the manager of an airport. I can get a plane off the runway. I'm not going to do that either. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to lie down again. I'm tired. Think about all the things I can do. I tell my wife I love her like Kirk Douglas. I don't say anything. I just look at her. I love you. I love you. And to prove to you how much I love you, I'm going to hold my hand over this candle until I hear you tell me you love me. Now I'm gonna light the candle. Then my... Okay. That's why I gotta stop doing impressions. My kid, he won't know who to grow up like. I can't stop. When my kid gets older and he wants to know about the facts of life, I'll probably tell him like Fred McMurray. I don't do Fred McMurray. I don't know who I am half the time. A couple of weeks ago, I almost got killed by a truck. Kirk Douglas's whole life flashed before my eyes. I go to psychiatrists and they charge me for group therapy, but I can't help it. I love doing all these people. I'll tell you this, though, I'm kind of lucky because if my wife ever walks out on us, I'll get her back with Rod Steiger. It is no good at home without you bad. I must have you at my side. I need you in my house. You cannot seem to understand that. Now, I come home at night to an empty house, go upstairs to an empty bedroom, open an empty closet. Everything is empty. I tell you, since you've been gone, somebody's been robbing us blind. Thanks. When I do these impressions, I don't make fun of the people I do. I do them because I respect them. They're all great talents, and it's out of that respect that these impressions come. You know, I want to be just like them. And one of these people I respect so much is Richard Burton. And a few years ago, Burton starred on Broadway in a show called Camelot, which, of course, had to do with King Arthur and the Knights of the Round Table. In the last scene of that play, the king is forced into a war that means the end of his round table. It's all over. Well, that's played by Mr. Burton on Broadway. Something happens to change his despair into hope. Boy, where did you come from? You ought to be in bed. You can't be more than 14. You a page? You came to fight for the round table. You're very good with the bow? Well, do you think you will kill people with this bow of yours? A great many. What if they kill you? You don't intend to be dead. You intend to be a knight for the round table. And what do you think you know of the Knights of the Round Table? Everything. Might for right, justice for all. A round table where all knights could sit. Everything. And when did you decide upon this non-existent career? When you were a small boy, was your village protected by knights? Was your mother saved by night? Did your father serve a knight? None of those. You wished to become a knight because of the stories that people tell. Come here, boy. Tell me your name. Where is your home? Well, kneel, Tom, kneel. With this sword, Excalibur, I knight you, Sir Thomas of Warwick. And I command you to return to your home and carry out my orders. You will not fight in the battle, you hear? You will run behind the lines and hide in a tent until it is over. Then you will return to your home in England, alive to grow up and to grow old. Do you understand? And for as long as you live, you will remember what I, the king, tell you. You will do as I command. Each evening from December to December, before you drift to sleep upon your cot, think back on all the tales that you remember of Camelot. Ask every person if he's heard the story, and then tell it, strong and clear if he has not, that once there was a fleeting wisp of glory called Camelot. Camelot, Camelot, I know it gives a person pause, but in Camelot, Camelot, there's where the legal law, where once it never rained till after sundown. By 8 a.m. the morning fog had flown. But don't let it be forgot, once there was a spot for one brief shining moment that was known as Camelot. Now run, Caton, run, a great deed shall be remembered. No more! No more! To me, America is the stars and stripes, especially the stars, because I don't do stripes. And each star is touched by the spirit of America in a different way. Walter Matthau. America shall always be remembered as the republic whose arms were open to everyone all over the world, whether they be German or French, Italian, Russian, Roquefort, Thousand Island, or Green Goddess. Which makes me wonder, who made the salad? America has endured all these years because of its great leaders, great men like General Patton, Admiral Halsey, and Colonel Sanders. And who can ever forget that great moment in American history when Francis Scott Key wrote the Star-Spangled Banner? It was on September 13th, 1814, Francis Scott Key, under a flag of truce, had boarded a British frigate in Chesapeake Bay. That's right, lady, I said frigate. And through the rocket's red glare and those bombs bursting in air, Francis Scott Key heard the commanding officer from within the walls of Fort McHenry cry out across the bay, "Francis! We're being bombarded and you're writing songs!" Spirit of America touches Peter Falk as Columbo. You know what excites me about this country? It's history. Now, I don't mean the history we all read about in the history books. I mean the history nobody knows about. I love to dig up the facts. You know what I mean? For example, the Boston Tea Party. All those colonists dumped 420 cases of tea into the harbor. That wasn't because of taxation. Had nothing to do with levies at all. What happened was they were upset because they had been promised flow-through bags. Thank you very much. if I may have your indulgence for one more brief second. The very interesting piece of information, the Declaration of Independence. Everybody wonders why John Hancock was the first to sign. Well, from what I could gather, what happened was when the Declaration arrived from the copyist, Thomas Jefferson said, I'll get it. Benjamin Franklin said, no, let me get it. Hancock jumped to his feet and said, wait a second, fellas, look, I'll just sign for it. Thank you very much. God bless you. You're terrific. You're terrific. Spirit of America touches Dustin Hoffman. Oh, Mrs. Robinson. Oh, long time no see, Mrs. Robinson. Oh, what brings you to Washington? Oh, you're a secretary of one of the senators. Oh, well, I work for a newspaper now. What are you doing, Mrs. Robinson? Stay away from me. Don't come any closer. Things are different now. America is changing, and you and I have got to change too, Mrs. Robinson. I didn't mean it as something more comfortable, Mrs. Robinson. Mrs. Robinson, this is the land of the free and the home of the brave. I know you're very free, Mrs. Robinson, but I'm not too brave. Mrs. Robinson, oh, God bless America. Oh. Spirit of the Marguerite is even a cuckoo's nest than Jack Nicholson. Let me tell you about this house that I live in. I could really shape things up around here if it wasn't for that old hag, Nurse Ratchet. Well, she really is a weirdo, I gotta tell you that. You know what that nurse said to me the other night? I happened to walk by her bedroom and the door was open and she's lying in bed with the covers pulled up over, you know. Well, I stuck my head in there and I said, hey, nursey, what's going on? What you doing? What's happening? Well, she looked right at me and she said, you won't believe this, but right now I'm cleaning my oven. She thinks we're all crazy. Yeah. And I took a quick look around to see if there was an oven anywhere near her, and I gotta tell you, there was no oven. It was plain to see that she wasn't cleaning no oven. She may have been thinking about cleaning her oven, but she wasn't cleaning no oven. And I looked right at her and I said, well, look, nursey, when you're through cleaning your oven, why don't you give me a call? I'll be upstairs in my room washing my car. I'll tell you what her problem is, too much starch. That's right, I don't mean the starch in her uniform or the starch in her cap or the starch in her pantyhose, although that could make anybody a little uptight. She's got a little too much starch in her soul, that's right. She just isn't a human being anymore. Instead of giving back the freedom that was promised the guys 200 years ago, she's giving them tranquilizers. That's no good. It never was, never will be. But she don't seem to understand that kind of thinking. I don't suppose she ever will. She hasn't got that kind of mentality, but she'll never dampen my spirit, no siree. That's right, I'll challenge your bureaucratic practices. I'll replace them with something she can't give the guys. Caring. When she tolerates them, I'll encourage them. When she denounces those boys, I'll make them feel their worth. Where she's patronizing, I'll be respectful. I'll feed that vision of ugliness with a spirit and dreams in all of us. Before I go through all that trouble, though, I think I'll go upstairs and wash my car. If you don't mind. Spirit of America touches Telly Savalas. Hey, baby. Hey, being of Greek heritage, this country means a lot to me. My pop loved America. My pop was a smart man. He was smart because he followed the philosophy of that great Greek orator, Demosthenes, who achieved fame when he walked along the Aegean Sea, filled his mouth with pebbles, and uttered the immortal phrase, "Hey, baby." Let me tell you what I did to celebrate the bicentennial. I sailed out to that island in the New York harbor to see that pretty lady. I looked up at that majestic woman carrying that torch and holding that book. I looked her right in the eye and I said, "Hey, who loves you, baby? You got it together." That's right, Telly. You don't have to be crazy to be nuts about this country. Wait a second, fellas. It just occurred to me that General Washington's serial number was 1. Mrs. Robinson, I don't think this is the American way. What's good for you, pilgrims, is good for me. Ooh, I just found out how to make sherry wine. You kick her in the throat. Antipasto. Wait a second. Want to see my bird? Wait a minute. Hold it. Now we're getting a little too uptight. We're all prejudiced. We need the opinion of somebody from the outside, somebody like Sir Alec Guinness. Sir Alec Guinness is truly a smart, smart man. Hey, what have you got to say about all this, Smart Alec?
Gentlemen, I enjoy watching you film personalities fight amongst yourselves because I enjoy Star Wars. My name is Obi-Wan Kenobi. I come to you from Milwaukee. Now then, I believe it can be summed up with the words that are the spirit of your country, words that give the strength to the very stomach of your great nation. Gentlemen, 2 all beef patties, special sauce, lettuce, cheese, pickles, onions, on a sesame seed.
Name is Cockney. I suppose I'm the most impersonated star in Hollywood. Well, that may very well be true. Lord knows I've seen them all. You know. Oh, you dirty rat. I'm gonna fill you so full of lead, every time you sit down, you're gonna leave pencil marks. Uh-huh. Or I'm gonna fill you so full of holes, they won't be able to find your nostrils. Uh-huh. Or, you see this rod? It means curtains. It's a curtain rod. Yeah, they always made me out to be tough. I suppose that's 'cause I played so many tough roles. Deep down inside, I would like to think of myself as being just as sentimental as the next guy. And last night, I had a dream that I'll never forget. I dreamt that I went to heaven. And when I got there was St. Pete waiting to take me inside. We went to the other side of heavens where all the movie stars were, to a place called Holy Wood. There they were. Hey, fellas? I just want to say it sure is good to see all you boys again.
Shucks, you hadn't ought to say that to me. Why, you just tell everybody down there that everything's fine up here, 'cause it sure is great to be back with Marie and the good old tugboat. Shucks, you hadn't ought to say that.
Hello, James. Welcome to the place of everlasting happiness. Welcome to the pearly gates. Have you seen the gates? The two pedals at the top must be worth at least $250,000. A piece. What's up with the matter to you? But I might be in heaven, but I'm having one hell of a time. What I wouldn't give to hear a good old-fashioned Irish lullaby. Will you give a listen to that, will you?
That's an Irish law.
Well, it does me heart good to see you, Bing.
Well, little Barry, it took me a little while, but finally caught up to you, boy. Whoa, it's good to be here with the sunshine tree. Whoa, take a look, laddie, on the horizon there. Do you believe it's Mr. Ed Sullivan? Whoa, let's go in for a closer look, see. Whoa. When the blue of the night. I'm very happy to be here. Because up here in this gigantic auditorium in the sky, I have the opportunity to introduce some really great stars I never could introduce before. I mean, great stars like Mr. Lionel Barrymore.
Well, that's nice of you, Ed, but my son, you young wibbler now, but I'm gonna keep my eyes on you, boy.
Over there, the king of all the actors, Mr. Clark Gable. Well, you can count on me, Ed. I'll be there, and I'm bringing Scarlet with me. We'll bust this place wide open. Right out, Clarko. And out there, the very young Mr. James Dean. And what about W.C. Fields? I still can't stand kids. A lot of us boys ain't on the old world anymore. Let's just say we're getting together in some other place. We're all here. There's Bogart, and there's Garfield, and there's Walker, and there's Flynn, and there's Benny. And way out there in the clouds, a guy who's happy as can be. You don't have to be in heaven, my little chickadees, to hear him singing up here. All you have to do is listen real hard, 'cause he's everywhere, singing his heart out. Yeah. Everything's in lovely when you start to run. Here's what you keep saying when you're far from home. Mammy, my little mammy, the sun shines east, the sun shines west. I know where that sun shines best. Oh, mammy, my little mammy, my heartstrings are tangled around Alabama, Mammy. Mammy, I'm coming. I hope it didn't make you wait. 'Cause Mammy, I'm coming. Hold, Lord, I hope I'm not late. Mammy, look at me. Don't you know me? I'm your little baby. I walk Mammy on the miles. Smiles, I'm mad. Now I'd like to do a medley, 426 Jolson tunes. We'll start with Rockabye. Hey, I'd love to stay out here all night long. I think we just ran into the second show. Now I got enough time to go upstairs and change clothes. I did want to come back to just as redundant and repetitious as it may sound. Just come back and say thanks for making me feel terrific, because I sure felt uptight. This is the first time I've ever worked this long on any kind of television. Boy, you sure made it fun for me and made it simple for me. Hope your evening is terrific. Mine couldn't be better. Thank you. I'm going upstairs and wash my car. then I go home feeling like Hitchcock. If it wasn't for that old hag, Nurse Ratchet. Hi. If I may have your indulgence for one more brief second, I'm very happy to be here.
My name is Obi-Wan Kenobi.
My love, I fixed you a gigantic antipasta. I must have you at my side and each in my house. You cannot seem to understand that.